Hi Capricorn, my name's Jason. Thanks for visiting my channel. This is your general reading for November 2018. I've already given the cards a pretty solid shuffle. Let's see what November's got for us. You go into November with the energy of the Knight of Cups. Okay, so perhaps a message has just come to you, some kind of an offer perhaps, an emotional offer, an offer of love. The Knight of Cups is usually a gentle soul, and they've usually got good news to do with love or emotions or family or something like that. Okay, so that's if that's the message that's come to you. Or this could be the energy with which you enter November. You may be a messenger carrying a message of love or hope for somebody. So what a great place to start November, Cappy. Okay, so you might have something really valuable which someone really needs, okay, even if it's just a message of hope for somebody, I'm feeling, okay. Your challenge for the month of November is the Page of Wands, okay, represented by the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is an energy which is very enthusiastic, sort of like the Fool, except with a little more foresight, okay. Plenty of enthusiasm. The Page of Wands got some great ideas, great charisma, might be a bit young and inexperienced, sometimes doesn't follow through that much. If that's your energy there, it's a pretty good energy to have, because the enthusiasm and the charisma which comes with it steps you in good stead with others, and other people really like to feed off and feed into the Page of Wands energy. Okay, we'll have a look at that later. Your fears for the month of November, the Ten of Wands. So it looks like you're a bit worried that your workload might be increasing, okay, or that you won't be able to handle this workload. The Ten of Wands usually represents a burden. Could be your work, or it could be some emotional burden that you've been carrying or you're trying to get rid of, and you're hoping to see the end of it, okay, and you're fearing it's just not letting go, or you can't seem to let go of this burden, okay. So that's if it's like some kind of a spiritual issue, or if it's like a work issue or something like that. You might be loaded up with some responsibilities. Perhaps someone's going away on holidays or something like that, and you need to pick up some of the slack there. That's what I'm feeling for that. We'll talk about that a little later too, and see if we can clarify that. The best attitude for you to take into the month of October is the Ten of Swords. Now, good thing about this is the damage has been done. There's no swords left, all right? So you might be going into the month of, did I say October? November. You're going into the month of November with all the swords gone. There's no more that can go in. That's the best attitude to take for the month of November, okay? There's no more swords left. You can go at full steam ahead, perhaps even feeling almost indestructible, ready to start a new cycle. So some good energy there. And the result at the end of the month, yes, okay, so the Three of Wands. So you'll be able to plan clearly ahead for this next cycle that you're going to. So what a great way to finish the month of November. Let's have a look now, see if we can clarify the Knight of Cups. What might be this message, or can we just clarify it? It's either a message or your message that you'll be bringing to somebody, your energy that you're bringing to someone. Can we clarify that? Okay, Capricorn, there's been this is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a card of sort of a shallow victory. Quite often when you win this victory, you might have won the battle, but you haven't necessarily won the war. Have a look at this character here. Yes, he's got the other guys walking away, disarmed them totally, but he's walking away. They can always come back and pick up those swords and get him again. So it might not be over yet. Okay, so you might be delivering a message to someone saying that, look, mate, good, congratulations, you've won, but the battle's not over. Okay, so a fairly good sort of a news, if that's the news that you're going to bring to someone. don't know what that battle's about. Should we have a look and see what this battle's about? Let's try and clarify this. See how Spirit's helping you today. Pretty lucky today. Why is the Five of Swords here? Please, Spirit, for Capricorn, why is the Five of Swords in your current energy going into November? Okay, so the Star card. The Star card is a card of hope and optimism, okay, which goes along with this Knight of Cups here. So you've got, with the Knight of Cups, you've got a message to bring people, and it's good news, okay? You're letting them know that things are looking up, okay? And if it's not you delivering this message, then you are getting the message that things are looking up. And you're winning. Okay, it might not be a big win, but it's a win for now. Can't win everything all the time. Very optimistic. Let's have a look. Page of Wands. What's this Page of Wands about? Why is the Page of Wands here for the month of November for Capricorn? Queen of Swords. Okay. So because this is in your challenge position, you might be dealing with someone who says it like it is, and you might get some news which is quite hurtful perhaps, but it's the truth and you have to respect it. Okay, so you're going to come in all enthusiastic, but there's going to be someone coming like this Queen of Swords, and look, she's holding out her hand saying, hold on just a minute there, mate, slow down. All right, so I'm getting the idea that you might just have to control the pace of things. Maybe you're trying to push something a little quickly, so maybe you're trying to push your relationship a little too quickly. Okay, so maybe you're trying to go too deep, too hard, too deep, too soon. That's what I'm feeling there. Why is the Ten of Swords, sorry, the Ten of Wands in the fears position for Capricorn for November? Let's just make some room here. This Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands. Why is that there? Okay. This is the Eight of Cups. So this is a card of walking away from something. It's walking away with some kind of value, but nevertheless it's walking away in the night time, and you're fearing this. You're fearing you may have to walk away from this responsibility. So this responsibility, this burden that you have, it's been dragging you down, okay, but you're fearing losing it, okay? You're fearing this, it's like a burden, but you can't get rid of it. And here's this Eight of Cups saying, you're scared to walk away? You're scared to walk away from the relationship for some reason? You're scared to walk away from something which is not actually doing you much good, like scared to walk away from an imbalanced situation, or has something in these 10 of Wands here, has that got you thinking that you need to walk away? You just can't do it for some reason. You're trying to stick with it and be optimistic and say, it's going to work, just give me a bit more time, let me make sure, because it's so good, it's too good to be true, it seems too good to be true, but I'm feeling a bit of conflict there. Okay, so it's looking like that's your fear. You seem to be fearing walking away from this burdensome situation, perhaps because you don't want to be alone, or it's sort of like you're not afraid to be alone. It's like you don't want to fail. Okay, so it's like you've got this challenge that you don't want it to fail, even though you're not so emotionally invested in it, but it's like it's some drive from inside saying, don't let this fail. And sometimes things are meant to fail. I'm not saying it is. This is only a fear, remember. These are just your fears. So you're fearing walking away from a real burdensome situation, okay? Maybe the burden is all up in your head, okay? And for whatever reason, you can't walk away. let's have a look. I'm just wondering if we should clarify that a little. I'm not really getting drawn to clarifying that. I think you'll know what I mean. You will definitely know what I mean, Capricorn. Okay, so why is the Ten of Swords here in the best attitude for Capricorn? We know that there are no more swords left. There's only 10 swords, and they're all in your back, Cappy. Let's have a look. Oh, okay, so the best attitude is the Nine of Swords. Okay, so there's a decision you need to make here, Cappy. You've lost enough sleep over this as it is, okay? Now, something was said to you, some words were said, and it felt like oh God, it hurt. But they weren't said in a nasty way. They were just the truth, perhaps, but it's the truth you didn't want to hear. It's kept you awake at night, okay? But the damage is done. You're over the shocking part of it, okay? Now you need to make the decision to let this go, okay? So really think long and hard about how you're going to let that go. Let's clarify the Nine of Swords here. What is this? I think it's also something to do with your fears about not being able to walk away from a burdensome situation because you want to make it work. But the reason you want to walk away is because something was said. You found out a truth which really hurt. Let's have a look here. Why the Nine of Swords here for Capricorn? Okay, now even though this is the best attitude, we're getting all these really sad cards. This is the Five of Pentacles. So this is about feeling left out in the cold. So it looks like you're worried about some kind of betrayal. You're going to have to decide to get rid of this this energy here, okay? You're worried about being left out in the cold for whatever reason. Someone, I don't know, why is the Five of Pentacles here? Okay, so the best attitude, we've finally got a clear solution here. The best attitude is to be spiritual, okay? Think things through. Perhaps you've been too idealistic about something. The High Priestess here, if you have a look, she sits between the dark and the light. She sits between the spirit world and the practical world, the 3D world. She reminds us that even though we have these high ideals and we have an idea of how things should be, the real world is not like that. We need to adjust to the real world because the real world's not going to adjust to us. It's all about our perspective, about how we look at things. I would be asking Spirit, if I were you, if you're a spiritual person, to ask you for some guidance for a way out of this dilemma you've got about the way you're seeing things. Ask your angels to help you see a way clear to change your perspective, okay? And it'll be I'm pretty sure just a bit of meditation will help you through that situation because it's all a state of mind, really, okay, about being left out in the cold. You know, the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Swords, being up all night. You don't want to do that, okay? So have some meditation, ask for some guidance here, ask for some help to get you out of that horrible feeling, okay? Now, the result of all that, the Three of Wands. So at the end of November, perhaps your meditations for this situation here may have told you that you need to take a fresh look at things, perhaps walk away, whatever it is. The result is that you'll be able to make a new plan because you'll be able to think clearly. Okay, when you've got rid of all those swords, you'll have some space to think clearly and plan your next move. And look how he's looking out into the distance there, nice clear space to think. Okay, he's got a crutch there he's holding on to, one of his wands, so he's got some firm ground there, and it's looking like that's going to be your the result at the end, where you will be able to see things clearly if you just change your perspective here. Okay, So that's what I've got for you, Cappy. Could be a difficult month, but again, a bit of dose of reality doesn't really hurt that much, does it? Okay, hope to talk to you in December, Capricorn.